Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. We received an email from a devotee. In the satsang on Saturday, it was discussed that it is recommended if we can go in solitude sometime from our daily grihastha life. I strongly believe in it and always looking for an opportunity to do that. However, I have a question. When we are in solitude, there will not be an interaction with the people with whom we react on day-to-day life. So the life, I believe, will be calmer and not have much internal turmoil. But when we return back to the old setting, we will be interacting with the same people. So how to help us in that? No doubt, solitude, periodical solitude is recommended. Not only for our progress in one line. Normally we name it as spiritual progress. But it is needed for everything. The purpose of going in solitude is to open up a channel between us and Him. That we should be very clear. It is not running away from the common run of life. Yes, initially yes. But the real purpose is to establish, which we cannot do it in the present circumstances. The moment we start thinking about it, some disturbance comes. So we go to a solitary place where we are, the outside, intrusions will not be there much. And so we get relatively a free time to go within. And the moment we start going within to feel His presence, so many other things get clarified. That He is there in everybody also. He is behind every incident that is happening. He is behind every situation that He brings us. We may name it as good or bad, positive or negative. Like that. So after the solitude, when we come back, we become a changed person. We don't say 100%. 1% change will be there. If properly made use of that solitude. In India, I don't know whether you have heard about it. What is it called? This Goenka, no? Vipassana. There is a retreat called Vipassana. Initially it started in Igatpuri and later on now they are in very many places. People who go there, they are all working people. 99 out of 100. Housewives also go there, no doubt. There, 7 or 8 or 9 days, we don't exactly remember the day. 10 days. With there, what they do, the moment you go there, everything will be removed. Your mobile, everything. You cannot have anything. 2 times food. Only 2 times. And you are not to look at each other. You have to do seva also. And 90% of your time you are sitting alone. Sitting in a hall, not alone. But not even eye contact will be there. The purpose is somehow to prepare an ambience to go inward. You are not to talk to anybody. It may be a little, forced one. Unless it is forced, we will not do it, So when, after 1 or 2 days, there will be uneasiness, then slowly the mind gets attuned to it. Even if you walk, when you are not expected to turn this side, that side. No. To somehow bring the mind under control. So that the journey towards the indwelling reality becomes smooth. At the moment, the mind is fully preoccupied with the outer involvement, outer preoccupations. 100%. Such a mind cannot go inward even if you close your eyes. It is still transacting with every object and every situation and every individual. So not only the solitude is necessary, in the solitude, right mental attitude also has to be cultivated. When you go through In Quest of God, you will find Papa also resorted to solitude. And what did he do in the solitude? Or after coming back to Mangalore in the Panchapandava cave, there was only communication with him. So when Grihasthas resort to solitude, no doubt it's a change. What cannot be easily practiced at home can be tried there. So you can take some books. You can fix your mind, I will do this much of Ramnam. And you will deny certain things. I will have 2 times a meal, something like that. I will have fruits, something, whatever you feel like. With this background, when we go, with some self-denial, some austerities, real purpose of some sadhana, all these will help us to remember about God, the indwelling reality, and then mysteriously you will find a methodology emerging to have some relationship with Him. And then after that, when we come back, there will be a cushioning. Not that we are going to change immediately, but we can see for ourselves. We can see for ourselves how the change comes. For example, we will not immediately react. We will not immediately form any opinion about anybody. We will try to adapt, reconcile. And when we read books, when we do Ramnam, this should be there. Assimilation of the idea. Why have God given me this prompting to go in for solitude? For exclusive remembrance of Him. Whenever I try, the mind does not behave, but you can. That is why all these austerities. Whatever you are comfortable with. Yes, now we remember way back in 60s, There will be a one-day retreat, in the nearby village. We were then in Chennai. It will be arranged on a Sunday, and we will all leave Saturday after day. So Saturday after day, who is coming? Somebody will take the leave to organize, enlist the people. Then they engage a vehicle, we all join, we all share the expenditure together. Then we drive to a far-off village in Chennai. Somebody would have already gone there and found out the place. Preferably near a temple. There will be chowdhury there. So if ladies are there, there will be some division, home or something like that. But so Saturday evening we go there. Simple food. Suppose it is upma, means only upma or pongal. Next day, simple breakfast. Then simple meal. Very simple meal. One dish, that's all. Okay, when we reach there in the evening, we all decide how will we spend the day tomorrow. So we will discuss at what time we will all join here. So 4:30 we will all be up. We have finished our bath and reach the place by 5 o'clock or 5:30. And then we will have Nama. There the Nama is Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Half an hour or something like that we will have Nama. And then small read some slogas, Shanti Mantra. 5 minutes or 10 minutes, words of the masters, and then we try to take the inward journey. Because all these ambience have been created. Nama chanting, the Shanti Mantra, and a few words from Mahatma. After half an hour, we have come back to, then we attend our washing, all those things. Then simple breakfast. Then again we assemble. We'll take up some topic. The topic will be discussed. Say, for example, if it is from Mahatma Bodh or the Chudamani or Srimad Bhagavad Gita, some slogas. And then we are dispersed to Manana. After half an hour Manana, we come back again. Any new dimensions we share. Again it goes on by 12:30 or 1 o'clock again. How to connect with the practical life, that also will be there. Then simple bhajans before we go. Our meal. Afternoon session will also be like this. Then by the time, when we wind up the whole thing, we forgot to tell you, not only simple food, it will be something like a dormitory, We will all lie down on a mat. Yes, we remember. Pujya Swamiji, Swami Chinmayanji Maharaj used to name it as spiritual picnic. Because we youngsters, we will like the word picnic. So we go there and spend full day, and we come back. We are again back to our usual routine. Not that everything gets changed. Something will get changed. Drop by drop. The impact will be slowly entering into us. Because to go through a shloka and do manana on the theme, and in such a place, with such a background, and hearing the same in our place, it is different. Because there we hear and then go. Here we hear and then do manana by ourselves. Nobody is there to talk to us. So the solitude, how do we spend? Each one should have some clarity. It is not holidaying. There should be something for me to get back. it is holidaying in the sense we are cut off from the usual routine. So how do we manage? That is not only that solitude is necessary, but also how do we make use of it? That matters. During our periods of solitude, we try to establish a channel of communication with him and thus slowly feel his nearness first and later to move towards the presence. This will gradually insulate us, this is very important, from being affected by the contact of individual objects and situations. In the sense, we become aware that it is he who is behind everything. Our approach to others will always be positive. This is the first tangible gain. This is not at all easy, because our sense of individuality, with all its preferences, priorities, likes and dislikes, rights and wrongs, will raise its head when we transact with the world outside and assert its supremacy, thereby denying his God's relevance and role in our life. Every time when we assert, we are denying his role, denying his relevance in our life, as if we are ignoring. Gandhiji put it as we are insulting the very power because of which we are now what we are. So now during the solitude period, we are trying to understand, slowly try to feel his nearness and then a glimpse of his presence. But we have been assured by Mahatmas, with perseverance and patience we will get over the hurdles. May we all be blessed to do so. So this is it's a wonderful topic, applicable to everybody. Anywhere. If it is not possible to move out of your house, you can be in your room. We know one gentleman who is busy with various activities, but morning a particular time, he is not available for 1 hour. That 1 hour gives him recharging. There will be an exclusive effort to link himself with the mysterious power within him. And that makes the difference. So solitude is a must. To eke out the maximum benefit from such solitude, we should make use of it properly. And the guidance will come from within. We don't say that we should follow a particular thing. Whatever that is okay for us, we can open our eyes, start looking at the Mother Nature. We don't communicate with anybody. We are only seeing the plant kingdom. We look at the sky, we look at the sun. Then we look at ourselves. But solitude is a must. To bring out the faculty lying dormant in us, we need a break. So everyone may kindly think about it. At home or in the nearby place, once in fortnight, something like that, if not daily. And in our case, we can take a small book, read for some time. If we practice that, when we go to ashram, we will be able to really make use of it. When we come to ashram, it is exclusively for solitude. Nobody will ask when you are inside the room. Of course, we will ask whether you are not seen, that's all. But suppose we say, we would like to be in the room. Or many people come here, we provide them facilities for that. That is the very purpose of spiritual institutions. So solitude is a must. We should make use of it in the best possible manner to somehow establish a channel of communication between us and him, If that is clear, the solitude becomes 100% success. And then another email came. Time?
5:20.
It is said that a devotee, a devotee was mentioning about Ramakrishna, giving the inner vision of Swami Vivekananda, and Bhagavan told him, if a devotee came to him with the same intensity as Vivekananda, he would receive the same from Bhagavan. So we can see our beloved Papa went to Bhagavan and got blessed with like Vivekananda. We all have read about Papa's red-hot right situation to receive Bhagavan's blessings. Can you narrate the meeting of Narendra with Ramakrishna? As 11th September was the day, 128 years back, when Swami Vivekananda delivered the soul-stirring speech in the Parliament of Religion. Hari Om. This is the purpose of remembering the important days. It requires a lot of time to dwell on this, but you just read the portion of first meeting. Ramchandra Datta, Narendra's cousin and a devotee of Ramakrishna, was aware of Narendra's genuine hunger for God. Ramchandra told him, if you really want to cultivate spirituality, genuine spirituality, then visit Ramakrishna at Dakshineshwar. However, Narendra first met Ramakrishna in Calcutta in November 1881 at the house of the master's devotee Surendranath Mitra. Surendra had arranged a religious gathering and had invited Narendra to entertain the master and the devotees with his devotional singing. The master was extremely impressed with Narendra and after a few inquiries asked him to visit him at Dakshineshwar. Narendra first visited Dakshineshwar sometimes in the early part of 1882. He entered the master's room by the western door that faces the Ganges. Indifferent to his external appearance, Narendra's clothes were disheveled, his impressive eyes were partly indrawn. Ramakrishna marveled, how is it possible that such a great spiritual aspirant can live in Calcutta, the home of the worldly minded? There was a mat spread out on the floor. Master asked him and his friends to sit on it and then asked Narendra to sing a song. Narendra sang a song of Brahma Samaj. The contents. Let us go back once more, O mind, to our proper home. Here in this foreign land of earth outside, why should we wander aimlessly in strangers' guise? So this is not our home. This is our home. This song put the master into ecstasy. When the singing was over, he took Narendra to the northern veranda, close to the door. With tearful eyes, the master said to Narendra, you have come so late. Was that proper? Couldn't you have guessed how I have been waiting for you? My ears are nearly burnt off, listening to the talk of these worldly people. I thought I should burst, but not have anyone to tell how I really felt. Then with folded hands he said, I know who you are, my lord. You are Nara, the ancient sage and the incarnation of Narayana. You have come to the earth to take away the sufferings and sorrows of the mankind. The rational Narendra was dumbfounded, regarding this as the babble of an insane person. When they returned to Master's room, Narendra's mind was agitated by the strange words and conduct of Ramakrishna. However, he asked the Master, have you seen God, sir? Without a moment's hesitation, Ramakrishna replied, yes, I have seen God. I see Him as I see you, only more clearly. God can be seen, one can talk to Him, but who cares for God? People shed torrents of tears for their wives, children, wealth, property, but who weeps for the vision of God? If one tries sincerely to God, he can surely see Him. That impressed me at once, Narendra said later. For the first time I found a man who dared to say that he had seen God. That religion was really to be felt, to be sensed in an infinitely more intense way that we can sense the world. Narendra felt that Ramakrishna's words were uttered from the depth of his inner experience. Still he could not comprehend the master's words and context. Bewildered, he bowed down to the master and returned to Calcutta. A month later, Narendra returned to the Dakshineshwar, found the master alone in his room. Ramakrishna was glad to see Narendra and asked him to sit on the corner of his bed. After a few minutes, the master drew him near in an ecstatic mood, muttered some words, fixed his eyes on him, placed his right foot on Narendra's body. At his touch, Narendra saw with open eyes the whole world vanishing. Walls, room, temple garden, even himself were disappearing into the void. He felt sure that he was facing death. He cried out, "What are you doing to me? Don't you know that I have parents at home?" Listening to this, the master laughed. Then touching Narendra, just said, "All right, let it stop now. It will happen in its own good time." With this, Narendra became normal again. Narendra was proud of his strong body, sound mind, and rational intellect, but he felt helpless in front of Ramakrishna, who could not control himself. During his third visit to Dakshineshwar, he tried his utmost to be on guard. The master went for a walk with Narendra to Jadu Malik's garden house, where they both sat down. Then the master went out in an ecstatic mood, touched Narendra, who lost outer consciousness. In that state, the master asked Narendra questions about his past, his mission in the world, duration of his present life, and so on. Answers only confirmed what he had seen about Narendra in the vision he had experienced many years before. Later, the master told his other disciples, "Narendra is a great soul, perfect in meditation. The day he recognizes his true self, he will give up his body by an act of will through yoga." Even before coming, he had his mind control. Once a cobra appeared when Narendra was meditating with his friends. The other boys were frightened. They shouted a warning to him, ran away, but Narendra remained motionless. The cobra, after lingering for a while, crawled away. Later he told his parents, "I knew nothing of the snake or anything else. I was feeling inexpressible joy." So what it conveys to us is, when the appropriate time comes, the Guru has got a knack of drawing himself to him, and from there to certain type of people he may, if God will, he may give a first some taste of it. This is not applicable for everybody. Papa was really not in for it. Papa said one has to struggle and get stabilized. But there are few occasions, rare occasions like this. And when Papa stood before Ramana Bhagavan, it is not that he touched him, no. There was a silent communication. And he felt a strange experience. And in order to sustain that experience, he was prompted from within to go for solitude. And during solitude, he was able to eke out the best. That is why at the end of the 21 days, he had a glimpse of that universal vision. Anyway, this we need not plan and do it, no. If it has to happen in our life, he will arrange. Our job is only to remember him. We don't tell him you should do this, you should do that. Our prayer is only somehow make me aware of your presence. I am 100% sure, my intellect is 100% clear that you are within. But give me a taste of that experience. This we keep on crying, pleading, appearing in whatever way we can, as many times as possible during the day. This is what is expected of us. The rest of the things will be arranged by him in his own proper ways. So, two topics today. One about solitude, the need for a solitude, and then how to make use of the solitary period. Every one of us needs this. Not only who are in the labeled spiritual practice. In India and abroad, we are told, there are many such resorts. Nowadays, yoga also helps. Relaxing the body, relaxing the mind. There will be special sessions. Especially for professionals, housewives, because tension is there, stress is there. The stress has to be removed. They need a break. Many of the resorts are placed near the beach in Kerala. So that every day morning they will be looking at the vast, expansive ocean. The Rajasic, Tamasic and Sattvic types of waves rolling and dancing in it. Then they spend some time on the trees, bushes. There is a difference. Some relaxation. But here we add one more. We try to communicate it. You are there in the form of ocean, please teach me. You are there in the form of a tree. You are there in the form of a sky. You are there in the form of this and that. Let me try to see you. The origin, the source of all sources, all those things can be plumbed deep down during that period. So it will be fantastic. In our case, we can do it with the chanting of his name, reading a few lines. You might be knowing that in Gujarat there is a Muktananda there. There, the founder of the ashram, very noble Mahatma. That Mahatma has conceived the need for it, and he has provided independent room for those who want to do it. And suppose you give them, I am there for 7 days or 21 days or 1 year, 3 months, depending upon the availability will be allotted. And there is a niche in that room. So every day, twice the food is prepared. And you just open, he gives a sound. From the window. Then you take it, that's all by yourself. Throughout that period.
No fan.
No fan, nothing, will be simple life. And then there is a time when we take stock of ourselves, All our vanity, everything goes out because nothing is there, You are not communicating with anybody. That is the first tangible gain. Slowly the organs or the sense organs will slowly recede. It will be uneasy for the first 1 or 2 days. Everybody cannot live there. And those who live there, it doesn't give a guarantee that they will be able to keep it up. Provided we are very clear about the ideal. The ideal is to develop a proper channel of communication. If that is clear, even after when we come out, the channel of communication will be there, just like we learned the cycle balance. So solitude is a must. And regarding Vivekananda's first meeting, God arranged. Because of his Pura Samskara, he was drawn. Though initially he was reluctant to meet him. And when he met, nobody will have this dareness to ask, out of nervousness, so inferiority complex. We will not ask. We may be having in our mind. When we see a great Mahatma, we will not have that boldness to go and ask. Here he went and asked, have you seen God? And the body language and the force through which it was done, he got impressed that what he says is coming from the bottom of the heart, out of his own experience. And he was told that he should not rely on anybody, whatever somebody says, he should not be guided. Brought up and educated in 19th century Calcutta, Narendra was introduced at an early age to the principles of Western thinking, which taught that one should not accept anything without evidence. Although he was a brilliant student and well-versed in history, philosophy, literature, contemporary Western thought, he firmly held his conviction. Do not believe a thing because you read it in a book. Do not believe a thing because another has said it. Find out the truth for yourself. That is realization. This clarity had come to him right from the beginning. So there was no question of disillusionment later. Everything he accepts, he goes deep into it, and then it becomes a part of him. It is not somebody's philosophy thrust on me. That is why he had the boldness to ask Paramahamsa, have you seen God? Just like in Papa's case, when he was asked by the ticket examiner, if you are in search of God, God should be everywhere, then why should you go in search of Him? And immediately he said, to know that He is there everywhere, not only here, everywhere, God prompted him to do that. So do you find God here? Yes. Where? Here. Then finally he was asking, where? Because to him God was an entity, apart from us. So immediately he said, yes, here it is. Ramdas can clearly see. Just like what Ramachandra Paramahamsa told Narendranath. The same language. I can see it here in you. So he went there with a rational approach, and he could get and that is why he got stabilized at that early age, He was born in 1880. First met in 1881. In 1863 he was born. 1863. Gandhiji was born in 1869. Papa was born in 1884. 1881 he met. 63.
18 years old.
18 years old. By that time, how much, how he became matured enough to understand, to assimilate. Though he was not clear apparently, it was slowly blossoming, slowly getting blossomed. Oh, yeah. Today Papa is giving us the different versions. We are deeply grateful to him. Kindly, with all this, you want me to again and again repeat to myself that I should become aware of your nearness, presence, everywhere, and ultimately to become one with you. Kindly keep on thinking this, Nearness, samipyam. Presence, sannidhyam. Seeing him everywhere, vyapanam. Becoming one with him, ekatvam. This is the ideal, Whatever we may do in whatever manner, ultimately I should feel his nearness, which will pave the way for the rest of the three. First thing is to feel his nearness, samipyam. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om.